Mercedes Benz. This name has got lot of significance in the automobile industry. From the first patent car to the futuristic self-driving car, Mercedes Benz has showcased some of the exciting machines in the form of cars, vans, buses and heavy trucks. But for a common man, when you hear this name Mercedes Benz, first thing which comes to your mind would be a luxurious limousine. The flagship model S-Class could be called as the reigning emperor of the luxury sedans, but E-Class has always given its own place by the Mercedes Benz. It is because of some reason. E-Class has always been the bread and butter model and has significant role in the growth of Mercedes-Benz globally. Ever since the first model W120 of 1953, the E-Class have been successful in winning the hearts of millions in form of their private car, official cars, taxis, state limousine and so on. Even in India, the E-Class played a significant role in opening up the luxury market for the Indian car lovers by the introduction of W124. Ever since, Mercedes played a great game and become the leader in this luxury car business. Now Mercedes-Benz India is introducing their latest form of the E-Class, and I'm happy to bring the first drive of this new E-Class for you. Mercedes-Benz called this new E-Class as masterpiece of intelligence, but I would rather call it as a masterpiece of engineering. Mercedes is known for crafting some masterpiece automobile and is also known for their engineering aspect. The new E-Class on Indian contest is rather fitting in his two names, masterpiece and engineering, and I would be reviewing this car on this first drive on these two aspects, masterpiece and engineering. W213 is the 10th generation E-Class starting from 1953 onwards. But when it comes to India, it is the 5th generation in offer starting from the iconic 124. E-Class has been the most important model for Mercedes-Benz India and they have given a lot of respect for the car. And that respect has been continued with this new generation and is the only car with the right-hand drive in the long wheelbase version offered globally. When it comes to the fascia of the new E-Class, in globally there are two variants available on the grills, which is the elegant one and the sporty one. Whereas in India, the more accepted one is the sportier one, is the avant-garde grille with the standard star, and we have the two slack design, which is more common in the new generation Mercedes cars. When it comes to the engineering aspect, there's a high-performance LED headlight. As we see in the S-Class, there is no single normal bulb being used in the new E-Class. Everything is LED and the headlights is a high-performance one, which we can experience in the night. To add elegance to the E-Class, there's been a lot of chrome added to the front, side and the rear. And the car looked really luxurious with this chrome treatment. Mercedes-Benz is known for making some of the best proportion in the cars, and that is most evident on the side profiles. They are known for their limon designs and it is one of the best crafted side profile for any of this executive luxury sedan. You can see the proportion so very well crafted with the round roof line, a new dropping line which is not the same which is seen in the S-Class, which continue up to the tail light and dissolve from there. As Gordon Wagner mentioned, the essential purity part has been getting more evident with this new design with the milder lines. As I mentioned earlier, the 184 cm long wheelbase has gone to this portion and it's been very well crafted. They are known for making with the introduction of the Maybach, and you can see a beautiful quarter glass being added onto this. So it's a huge long car, it's almost 5 meters long, which means it comes in the next segment like the normal S-Class or the 7 Series. The new E-Class is getting a huge boot space, which is one of the best in the segment. But unfortunately, the optional spare wheel is eating up a lot of space from this boot. Interior of the new E-Class is the mix of masterpiece and engineering. When you talk about the masterpiece, you can see the design, quality, build, everything is top notch. It's equivalent to the S-Class in terms of design and the build. When you talk about the design, you can see a huge double screen which we have seen in the S-Class, but some difference has brought to this E-Class, which is the analog meters which has been crafted very well. It could be a piece of masterpiece, I can say, because always the analog feel gives that classic touch. But in spite of that, there is a huge screen on the center, and the meter console are of having a very good quality graphics. The command system is of top notch, and the design, as the layout you can see, it's a mix of S-Class design with four round air vents in the center, and both the sides you get the sportier ones which is seen in the C-Class. Dash has been laid out very well. The crafting and the ergonomics are top notch. The quality as such is top notch, with top quality leather, and the crafting is also having a very upmarket feel with double stitch, and it look really awesome and luxurious. To add on to the luxury, there's a huge panoramic sunroof with two pays and can be controlled with both the buttons on the rear and the front. And the luxury feel and the roominess is top notch again in this new E-Class. There's a roomy, spacious interior. So when you talk about the engineering aspect of the interior, you can see a lot of innovations brought onto the car. One of that kind of thing is the touchpad on the steering wheel, which is the first in the business in any of the segment, and control both the command and the information from this touchpad. It's very easy to use, and in spite of it's more convenient, and more, as Mercedes claim, it's more effective than using the knobs, because you're not losing the attention from the steering. Other engineering part you can see on the command system, it's been much improved. There's a touchpad over here which can be used like any of the smartphone. A lot of information can be obtained from this new command system, including the radio, navigation, media, and vehicle information, where you have a lot of other settings, especially the 64 different color ambient lighting, which is the highlight of this interior. The 3-zone AC, which is again very ionized and top quality AC. It's having a very refreshed feel. The interior again having more innovation with the full LED light system which we have seen in the S-Class. The Burmester sound system again is another engineering marvel, with 13 speaker, and a beautiful sound engineering has gone on to the system, which give you a very musical effect on the drive. So altogether it's a mix of masterpiece and engineering, which is the highlight of this car in total. You can see it everywhere. It is totally evident on every aspect of the car, including the interior. The seats in the new E-Class is a mix of masterpiece and engineering. You can see the design. It's a beautiful crafted seat, which normally we see in the top end models like the S-Class Coupe. You have a great support on the side walls. The design itself looks very sporty, but when you come to the engineering part, it's one of the best seats I've experienced in this segment, or maybe it can be compared to the next level also, because of the support and the comfort we're getting. For the seats, Mercedes actually brought down the input from the S-Class to make it more comfortable, and having a lot of support in the thigh and side wall is giving a lot of confidence when you're driving the car. Another aspect of the seat is in the rear, which I will explain when we have the drive. So friends, today I decided to take the rear seat first, because Mercedes arranged experienced chauffeurs for us, and we are really having a real chauffeur kind of drive today. That is because of a reason, because as I mentioned, the new E-Class is the first of its kind right-hand drive extended wheelbase model. So we are having a lot of roomy rear portion here, and a market like India, the most of the E-Class customers are using the rear seat, and most of them have been chauffeured in their weekdays, and they are mostly driving the car in the weekends. So Mercedes have arranged such a kind of drive where you can experience both the rear seat as well as the front seat. So I'm really enjoying the chauffeur drive here in the rear seat today. So when it comes to rear seat, both the masterpiece and the engineering aspect is very evident all over here. It is one of the most roomiest interior in this segment. With the space and the comfort, I think this can be placed in the next segment. Mercedes Benz is very experienced in crafting some of the best rear seat compartment. And you know the S-Class, the bigger brother, is having the best rear seat in the business. The rear seat is crafted in a way that you are getting a lot of support in the back and the thigh. Even though you can accommodate 3 passengers over here, it is best for 2 passengers. And if you unfold this one, you are getting a separate two captain seats which can be adjusted with the button over here. You can slant your rear portion. There's a beautiful cushion pillow which has been taken from the S class. If this roominess is not enough, and if you are a generous person or maybe a tall person, you can have more added space with the chauffeur package, where you can select the front seat from here, adjust it in a way that you are getting a lot of space like you have seen in the S class. And you can even cross your leg and sit comfortably like in a throne of an empire. Okay, I was really enjoying this creamy ride. So one thing which comes to my mind is the engineering aspect here. Mercedes has incorporated air body control for the first time in India with this new E-Class. So you're getting the next generation airmatic suspension, which is self-leveling. It is giving a magic carpet-like feel which we are experiencing in the S-Class, and it also can be height adjusted. So we are having a very refined ride because of this suspension. To add on to that, the NVH level on this car is top notch. There's minimal sound from the road, wind, and even from the engine. Take my sentence, you will really have to experience it because it is now next level. There's a split panoramic roof where you can get a small sunroof on the rear which can be controlled here, and all the curtains can be controlled with the touch of a button. The rear one, side one, and an additional sun blind on this quarter glass. It's a cute one, but it's very useful. So when you are on an evening drive, if there is sun, it can be blinded, and you can really nap when you are going back from your work to the home. How good may be the rear seat, for the real car freak, the drive won't be complete without taking the charge of this new E-Class. So I'll be shifting over to that driver's seat. So now I just took charge of the car, which I call as the masterpiece of engineering. The variant which we are driving today is the E250D, the only diesel variant on offer with a V6 diesel mill. It's having an output of 258 HP and 620 Nm of torque, which is mated to a 9-speed 9G-tronic silky smooth refined gearbox, one of the first 9-speed gearbox to offer in luxury cars. And in total the performance is 0 to 100 in 6.6 seconds, and top speed is limited to 250 km per hour. Steering is ultra smooth, and the turning circle is also too low. It's so convenient to drive the car in city and tight traffic. You won't feel the length of this car. On these bad roads, I really can enjoy the creaminess of this suspension. Even though it's so long, it does not press the bottom. I didn't have to even raise the car, but if you want to raise it, you can just touch a button over here. The car will be lifted and you don't have to fear about brushing the bottom. Even otherwise, the air body control suspension which exposes the rear is playing a different role over here for the chauffeur. It's a hassle-free suspension, self-leveling, and being a chauffeur, you can comfortably drive your master without waking him from the nap. Here again tackling a bit bad stretch of road, but this ultra refined suspension remind me of the S-Class. You know, it's not a sports machine, it's a luxury barge, but with this powertrain, and you can really have an exciting driving experience. But to add on to that, there is a dynamic mode selection which can be selected with tapping the knob over here. It's Eco, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, Individual, 5 different modes. So I'm setting the Sport Plus now. Wow, that's really thrilling. You're getting a really sporty experience with this Sport Plus mod, where you can really use all the horses from this V6 and even the torque. The suspension, steering, and even the throttle response has changed accordingly. It's not like the previous generation of drive mode selection in Mercedes car. It's really matter. You can really feel the difference on the throttle, steering and suspension, which is really giving you a sporty drive experience. This we have seen in the C-Class and GLC already. With this bigger powertrain, you can really have a fun drive in this new E350D. So the new E-Class is equally a good driving machine, but there are some things which miss out from the global stable, which is why I removed that intelligence part and added on the engineering part to the masterpiece element. It's not the fault of Mercedes Benz India not having a lot of features which are highlighted for the E-Class in global stable. It is because of the radar frequency limitation we have in India. Due to that, lot of features which are actually autonomous driving aids is not there in this new E-Class. Otherwise, it is more or less a self-driving car in the international stable. So this is a car which is made for India, in India. So we have to understand how important Mercedes give for this market. So this new E-Class is one luxury car which is made in India, for India, giving a lot of respect for the Indian market. But I have find some flaws in this car which could be improved. Maybe because we are used to the soft closing system. When we shut the door softly, it is not locking it properly. We need to open it and bang it hard again to close it. Maybe it can be improvised when the car is being launched to the market. As you all know, the C-Class is called as a baby S-Class. I would like to call this as a mini S-Class, but I think it's better called as a mini Maybach because of the extra leg room and the roominess and the luxury of this car. It is actually benchmarked in the segment. So it could be an undisputed leader of this segment even when the new 5 Series are later this year, because the 5 Series is having the standard wheelbase, whereas this is having an extended wheelbase, which really matter for this market. We're driving the car throughout Goa, up and down, even in the night. So the ambient lighting, the luxury feel, the headlights, everything could be experienced, and it was really thrilling. Hope you also like the new E-Class. We will be ready to bring you more such exciting luxury machines. Keep sending us your feedback. You can follow me on my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram account. So until we meet next, have a safe journey, away traffic rules and happy wheeling.